Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to talk about this crazy fight that got announced for next year. That's Magomedov versus MVP. Now, if you ask me personally, I feel like Magomedov is going to get thrown to the wolves so that Michael Venom Page could just build his career up a little bit more and have some more high-stakes fights in the UFC, since he is a new signee, and of course the UFC is a business, so they're trying to make as much money off of him as possible. Let's go ahead and look at Magomedov's career and his fight history, because in my honest opinion, I don't really think it's that impressive. So of course, he's in a 15 fight winning streak, no losses, but for the fights that he's had in the UFC, I just don't find them impressive at all. I mean, he has a win over Bruno Silva, Antonio Turcoli, Michael Lashijek, and Arman Petrosian. None of those guys are ranked. None of those guys are good. Let's go ahead and start with Bruno Silva, who's been a super inconsistent fighter since he's gotten in the UFC. A lot of losses. Had 2 losses in a row. I feel like this was a win that was gifted to Magomedov, if I'm just being completely honest. The same thing could be said about Antonio Turcoli, Mackenzie Dern's husband. Doesn't even have a win in the UFC. I feel like this was a gifted win for Magomedov. Also, Antonio Turcoli freaking sucks. I'm just being completely honest. This guy does not deserve to be a professional fighter. Michael Lashijek, again, super inconsistent fighter. This guy got his freaking arm almost destroyed by Kevin Holland, and then 2 months later, or a couple months later, he goes up and fights Magomedov and gets freaking annihilated. Although he did look decent in some moments of the fight, but he is one of those fighters that I criticize a lot because he's an aggressive southpaw, and I've always said this: an aggressive southpaw is like a freaking oxymoron, like you're going against your base. So he's one of those types of guys. And he got freaking outclassed by Magomedov, which in my opinion was another gifted win. Arman Petrosian. I mean, when was the last time you guys have ever freaking heard of somebody getting knocked out by a double spinning back fist? I mean, it just doesn't happen. And this guy has such freaking terrible positioning that he got... That's exactly what happened to him. He has such bad positioning that he got knocked out by a spinning back fist, a double spinning back fist, which is just insane. Now, let's go ahead and look at Michael Venom Page's career. Let's look at the 2 performances that he's had in the UFC and why I think that he's pretty much gonna be gifted a win. Pretty much, Magomedov is a guy that, like I said, doesn't have any impressive wins in the UFC. I mean, people are going to say, like, oh, he has 15 wins in a row. That's impressive. I mean, yeah, if you're fighting, like, freaking tomato cans. But anyways, Michael Venom Page, he has a win over Kevin Holland. That's instantly better than any win that Magomedov has in his entire career. Let's just go ahead and be honest about that. Kevin Holland's win over... Michael Venom Page's win over Kevin Holland is literally better than anything that Magomedov has in his career right now so far. If he beats Michael Venom Page, bro, I will literally make a video, apologizing to Magomedov, but the likelihood of that happening is freaking low. They put Michael Venom Page against Ian Machado Gary. Ian Machado Gary fought him like a hoe. Ian Machado Gary freaking, wrestled Michael Venom Page after saying, in the press conference that he was going to stand up and bang with Michael Venom Page. That's exactly what we didn't see. It's not like Ian Machado Gary absolutely destroyed Michael Venom Page, off of striking. That's not what we got. But that's what we're going to see between Michael Venom Page versus Magomedov. It's going to be a striking match, strike for strike. I think Michael Venom Page beats Magomedov, and it's not going to be close. I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's just going to be completely freaking one-sided. I think Michael Venom Page is going to absolutely destroy Magomedov, in my honest opinion. If I lie to you guys, like if I'm like all the other MMA YouTubers out there that freaking just go with the general consensus, I would literally be fucking telling you guys that Magomedov has a chance against Michael Venom Page. But I'm not going to sit here and freaking lie to y'all. Michael Venom Page is going to freaking destroy Magomedov. That is the truth. That's what I'm going to run with. I mean, this guy, I know that he has a lot of wins in Bellator, you know what I'm saying? But literally his single win against Kevin Holland in the UFC is better than anything that Sharon Magomedov has done so far in the UFC. If I'm just being completely honest. Like I said, Sharapoutin Magomedov is going to be thrown to the wolves. He's going to be a sacrificial lamb. Michael Venom Page is going to get this win, and he's going to be taking some more high-stakes fights in the middleweight division, and it's probably going to be taking place sometime next year, maybe in London, maybe in England. You know, we could see Michael Venom Page, you know, getting thrown in some cards, you know, on the other side of the world, because if he beats Sharapoutin Magomedov, the UFC is definitely going to push this guy. Because he has such a huge following on the other side of the world, and he's just a better fighter. You know, whenever you are a better fighter, you have good marketability, the UFC is going to use you to make as much money as possible. So I think that Sharapoutin Magomedov, like I said, gonna get thrown into the deep end against a legitimately really good fighter. You know, the opposite of what he is. I think that Michael Venom Page is gonna absolutely fraud check this guy. I think that he is going to expose Sharapoutin Magomedov, if I'm just being completely honest. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Agree, disagree? Let's go ahead and go back and forth in the comments. As always, it's a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.